Welcome to the New Little Life podcast. My name is Allison. I'm a lactation consultant, a breast pump expert, and a mom of 3 little boys. Here on the podcast, we talk with real moms and experts about breastfeeding and pumping. This podcast is designed to help you feel supported by other moms who are doing exactly what you're doing, to get tips and tricks on breastfeeding, and learn how to efficiently navigate pumping while going back to work. I'm really looking forward to today's episode. This is a special bonus episode for you. So our guest today is not necessarily a working mom, but she does have some expertise in a product that I think is going to help a few of you working moms. We're going to be talking about breast massage, the importance of that, and she has a really cool product, a massaging bra, which I think a really important part, and you'll hear us talk about this later in the interview, for working moms is just kind of knowing what your options are. We like to focus on making your back to work and pumping experience as easy as possible. So I was really excited to talk with her today. We're not only going to talk about this product that she has created and invented, but why it's important that we massage the breast while we pump, and a couple of other really interesting tidbits that I think you're going to find really helpful. Our guest today is Adriana. She holds a master's in integrated product design from UPenn and a BSc from MIT in mathematics and computer sciences, which is super impressive. She and her co-founder are YC and NSF I-Corps fellows, and their patent was recognized as Philadelphia's Invention of the Year in 2019. She was named one of the top 30 Femtech Healthcare Influencers in 2019. That's very cool. Welcome to the podcast, Adriana.
Thank you so much for having me, Allison.
Your bio is quite impressive. I'm really excited to kind of talk to you about your product and how it helps pumping moms. And I don't know, this is cool. Okay, so why don't you just start out by telling me what this product that you and your co-founder invented is, what it's designed for. We'll kind of start at the beginning.
Yeah, of course. So I started a company called Lilu, and our goal is to use technology to help moms navigate that transition from maternity leave back into, their daily lives and routines. And one of the things that we realized pretty early on when I was doing research in the space was how unexpectedly challenging breastfeeding and breast pumping is for so many moms, how stressful it can be when it's not going as expected. And I just felt that as a technologist, there's so many things that could be changed to help more moms reach the recommended breastfeeding guidelines, like better maternity leave policies, better support in the workplace. But I felt I couldn't change that. However, I felt I could make technology that was better. So when I saw what breast pumps were doing, kind of felt that there was a lot that happens when a baby's breastfeeding that's not being translated into the mechanism of the breast pump, and massage was one of them. When the baby's breastfeeding, right, there's like all the baby's kneading, the baby's like even just holding the baby closer to the breast. There's so much more going on, and we'll never have a breast pump that is like that, of course. But I thought that we could look into why that massage, why that compression could help a lot. And it's super interesting. There's a lot of studies already, one from like the Stanford Children's Hospital, for instance, that specifically showed how massage can help increase breast milk production. And then, you don't even need to look at like the research out there. You can look at massage as a millenary tradition in many Asian cultures, like in China, in Japan, in Russia even, right? People hire women that are lactation massage professionals. So I think just a couple of things got lost in like the Western culture, and I was super interested in that. But as we were chatting briefly right before starting, right, like just practically, I mean, the modern woman is so busy, right? Like I interviewed, for instance, a mom who was a surgeon, and she told me like, I have to sometimes if the surgery goes over, if there's complications and I have to breast pump, like, how am I going to do massage while I'm performing surgery? I mean, that's obviously an extreme example, but just to say that, yes, we can have all these research out there about how massage really helps with breastfeeding and breast pumping. But if you practically can't apply it to a pumping routine, right? It's just like, that doesn't serve anyone. So long story short, kind of took all of those insights and try to find a way that we could make a product that would make it super easy for moms to incorporate breast massage into their pumping routines.
Very cool. Oh, I love everything that you just said. And I know I actually have like a surgeon in my Pumping for Working Moms program. And this is a real thing. Like she's trying to figure out how to pump while she's doing her job. And I think this is all moms are trying to do this that have to go back to work. So it's really cool that you've found a solution for them to kind of make it more practical. So can you tell me a little bit about your product and what it does so that our listeners can kind of understand? And then we'll dive into some more of the whys and stuff after that. But tell me actually about what your product is.
Yeah, absolutely. So the product looks like a pumping bra. We try to make it, again, super easy to incorporate into a daily pumping routine. And as a product designer, one thing that people talk about is really difficult to teach or create new behaviors. So pumping bras, yes, as women, right, we know kind of what to do with that. You know, you just put it on top of your breasts. And how we designed it, it's based on very fancy term called soft robotics. But all that means really is something that inflates and deflates. So we designed this, we call them massage cushions that mold around the breast. They look really like I would say like a sophisticated breast cup or bra cup that hugs the breast. And because it has different pockets, it can inflate and deflate in very slow, gentle, rhythmic patterns that mimic some of the ways that lactation consultants recommend to do breast massage, because there's many ways. All right. There's like kneading motions that we talked about. There's rolling motions. This specific massage motions that we focus are gentle compressions and opposing sides of the breast to help like stimulating that milk flow. Like I mentioned, inside these massage cushions live inside of a pumping bra. So that's very compatible with most of the breast pumps out there. So anything that has like the typical flange and bottle that we're seeing in the most standard and traditional breast pumps, the bra can work in conjunction with them. If you think about the best way we find to describe it, especially if you're not like seeing a picture or video of it, is like a blood pressure cuff, right? So it's a little device that you wrap basically around the breast, you turn it on, and the massage motions start. And yeah, it comes in different sizes, but right now we just have like one color. But we've heard that it has like a really comfortable for like bottle support, but on top of it, it has that benefit of the breast massage.
That's really cool. I've played with one. Actually, I have one here, so I know what you're talking about, but I hope our listeners can like visualize what it is. If not, we'll post some videos over on Instagram and probably on YouTube as well, which will be in the show notes. But okay, so can you tell me, when a mom goes to pump, do they put this bra on along with their pump and use it and then take it off afterwards? Is that the most practical way to use it, or can you wear it all day long?
Yeah, absolutely. It is most typically only worn while pumping. So kind of like your traditional like pumping bras, like your Simple Wishes or other ones that you like a pump strap that you would only put while pumping. We do that. It's for comfort. Even though we call it a bra, it is a device, like kind of like your pump, right? You really only want to be wearing it while you need it. We found that some moms, especially if they're exclusively pumping, if they're pumping for multiples, if their baby's at the NICU, sometimes, I mean, you can wear it all day. There's no like downside except that it's bulky. It's not like a bra that's, gonna give you like a nice like bust form. But if you don't mind, and so for moms that are, really, really having to pump multiple times a day, like we've had some moms that are pumping 6 or 8 times a day, then of course you can wear it all day. Like it's like the materials are very comfortable. Like everything that's touching your skin is like a soft fabric, and that mechanism is like hidden inside the bra. So you could wear it. It's just like not the most like form fitting, like.
Yeah, for sure. But it's an option, if you're starting a surgery, like this mom you were talking about, and it's going to be long, just throw it on before and use it. Cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you guys done any studies on like the increase of milk production with this, or what are some of your users saying about it? Is it helping?
Yeah, I mean, we have so many both like wonderful and fascinating stories and testimonials about the bra. But let's start a little bit with like the research. So first of all, we did dig a lot into existing research just in general about breast massage. What's really interesting is that some of the mechanisms, and I think you, like as a really well studied like professional yourself, would find some of this interesting. But even though breast massage kind of like instinctually makes sense why it helps, right? Like you're pushing like milk further, like forward to the breast for it to be more easily collected by the breast pump. But there's actually a lot more happening. It's helping with the oxytocin release, right? Like, I mean, you probably sometimes hear of moms that, use a hairbrush or like a tooth comb just for that breast stimulation. So that sensation is actually also helping with like the milk ejection. It's because you're emptying the breast better. So something that we always say is for moms that try it the first time, if you're not already doing breast compressions and breast massage, you might see an increase like on the very first session, but most often it's actually over time. So moms that have been pumping with it over 2, 3, like or more days, right? Because you're better emptying the breast, and it goes back to that like balance, right? Like the more you demand from your breast, right, the more you're signaling that more milk needs to be produced. So what we did in terms of like our own like studies, we partnered with the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia to do the study design. One of our advisors is the director of the lactation program at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. And what we were really interested in looking at with her were a couple of things. One is the changes in fat content, because especially for moms, again, that have premature babies, and right, there's already like a delayed and more difficult onset of lactation. And the other thing was the increase in breast milk production. We unfortunately, due to COVID, had to pause the trial, but what we were able to at least carry forward, like, so we haven't been able to do the milk, the fat content analysis yet, but we were able to take that clinical study and kind of carry over just the study for very like the changes in milk production. And what we did is compared the baseline of like moms pumping without the massage bra, and then see how much milk they were able to pump with the massage bra. What's you as maybe some moms may be wondering, like, I mean, your milk production fluctuates throughout the day, and that's very normal, right? Sometimes you pump more, sometimes you pump, especially in the morning. If you've just like breastfed and then you pump, right, you could expect less milk. So that was a bit of an interesting way to think about how to do the study. So what we did is we compared mom's milk production, only equivalent sessions. So we had to have moms that were pumping with a pretty, strict schedule. So like if you pump Mondays at 10 a.m., right, we can only compare the output of like a Tuesday 10 a.m. pump. You can only compare left breast output with left breast output, right breast output with right breast output.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was really interesting. But yeah, what we did find is on average, 30 to 40% increase in breast milk output. We also saw an increase in ounces per minute. We don't talk so much about the time saved, because so many moms actually ended up pumping a little longer, like 4 or 5 minutes, but because they were able to keep seeing more milk produced. So it's not like sometimes a lot of people ask us, oh, does that mean that I can, like cut my pumping sessions? It's like a yes and no, right? In the end, what most, especially like Lilu moms that are already struggling with low milk production, is like, well, they want to pump as much as their baby needs. So that's kind of just like something interesting that we like to mention. And then the other thing that I was gonna say is we would love to do so many studies, because if I could tell you, for instance, we hear a lot from moms that they feel like they get a faster letdown. For moms that are struggling with clogged ducts, and you're trying everything. Like one thing that a lot of moms have told us they tried is like they put the breast massager on before they start pumping for a couple of minutes, and then they pump with a massage. And if we had so many moms that said like there was a clog that I just couldn't get rid of, and with a massage bar I was able to. So there's all these wonderful things. I would say the one thing that's just challenging is that a lot of moms don't even know that, you know, breast massage is an option. You know, there's so many times I've heard, and we say you don't need a massage bra, right? But just like something that we really love doing is just bringing some of that education, some of that research that we have found, right? Because so many moms are like, I wish somebody had told me, right? Like if you have recurring clogged ducts, if you have recurring mastitis, these are some tools that, you know, can become just like essential in your pumping toolbox. And it doesn't matter, again, if you have a massaging bra or if you have like some of the different lactation massagers out there, we just want people to know that it's an option.
Yeah, I think that's great. I see this comment a lot on especially Facebook where moms will be like, I can only get all the milk out of my breast that I need when I do massage with my hands. So like, how do I fix this problem? And my most common response is, this is actually not a problem. This is very normal that you need a little bit of massage or a little bit of compression just to kind of get the milk out. A pump is not like a baby, right? Babies are cute and wiggly and they're efficient for the most part. And they do have their hands out and they're kind of doing this for you and you don't even notice. You get that oxytocin rush when your little one is next to your skin. And when you have this robot machine of a pump on you, it's just not, you don't get the same hormones that you do when you're with a baby. So it's interesting. I like how you're coming at this from a very educational, you know, mindset. It is normal to have to touch and or massage a little bit to see the most milk output. Now, there's a lot of women that pump and they get milk and that's all. And that's great. But for those women who find that touch and massage really makes a big difference for them, I like that they have some options, you know, and I like that we're having new tech for moms to kind of make it easier. If you find that hands-on pumping is really exhausting or not doable for you and you want an easier solution, a massage bra might be a good option for you. So I like that it's kind of just, we have options now, right?
Yeah, and that's something I love. I mean, we started looking into the technology in like just like of the overall breast pumping space. It's been a little over 5 years and it just has changed so much in that period of time. And I'm so glad, like, I mean, wearable pumps, even though, you know, you already started to see a few, have come such a long way. All the like telehealth lactation services, and sure, like there's nothing beats like having a person, you know, come like be there like with you, but I mean, not everyone can have that access, or if you need like some emergency consultations, there's just so many more resources now. And yeah, I think there's still so much more to do. Again, when for instance, we have moms that like, you know, share like stories about like they have like arthritis or like mommy thumb, right? And I mean, all these things go like hand in hand, and a lot of it is like again, the education for it. But if all of these like tools, equipments, like the breast pumps were designed in such a way that, you know, everything could be so much more economic, like lighter, and there's like a long way to go. But again, at least now there's way more options, and I think that's something that we're really happy that as a young like a startup, like we've had the opportunity to, yes, we have one, I will hopefully say like awesome product in the market, but more than anything, I think we're just bringing awareness to the need to have more innovation in the space, and yeah, like, you know, that there's a need also just to again have these conversations, you know, so that for moms, you're right, like for many moms that is straightforward, let's say, right? I don't think for anybody could say that it's easy.
Sure.
That's great, but for the moms that it isn't, right? Like just having a forum to say like, okay, like you're not alone, right? You have resources. There's people like helping from multiple angles, because again, like we're a company, right? And if I could share with you all the customer support and testimonial stories of moms that like tell us, oh, like I felt really lonely. I felt that, like I didn't have people caring about me. And it feels that Lilu takes care of me. And I was like, oh, that's beautiful. Like if we've been able to do that with this one product, like that means the world to us. So yeah, I think it's just been such a great experience to be creating things for moms. And I think overall, it feels like it had been like an underserved population in terms of innovation, right? And it's, like moms, we always say this at Lidl, like we really feel that moms deserve better technology, better products, and better support.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I mean, look at our iPhones. There's a new iPhone like every year with like better technology, more. Why isn't this transferring into the mom world? So I love it when I see companies like yours, like, I'll be honest, is this the most practical thing for every pumping mom? Like maybe not, to have to like put on this extra thing and pump. But I think there is a lot more moms than you'd think that could really benefit from a tool like this. So I'm so grateful. I mean, when I see these mom tech companies starting up, I don't even know if that's what you would call it, but and giving more options to moms, I just love it. So I was really excited to talk to you today and just learn more about what you're doing, why you're doing it, and how we can help more moms pump easier and better.
Yeah, for sure. With less pain, right? With less frustration. And one day, I think hopefully we can make pumping even a joyful experience. There's a lot of work before that happens, but I think we can get there.
I say that often too. And sometimes moms, especially moms that are struggling, are like, that's crazy. I can't even get this to like work. Not to mention like be kind of fun or joyful, but I think it can be that way. And I think you need support. I think you need support from a professional, which is what I do. I think you need access to technology to make your life easier, which is kind of what you do. And I think we just need more awareness, which I hope that we can, both together, your company, my company, can give to moms. Like, you're not alone. If you're struggling with a problem, find someone that can help you to fix it, right? Or to make it easier for you. Do you need a massage bra? No. But if this is the thing that makes your journey easier and doable for you and can help you meet your goals, then absolutely it might be worth it for you. And
exactly.
I love that concept.
And something we've also kind of observed is like many moms like need to hear from others that they deserve to invest in themselves. I think a lot of people are right, like because everybody's focused on with good reason, right, on this like beautiful new life that you brought to the world, but it's like, who's taking care of mom? And if you don't take care of yourself, right, your family is going to feel that effect. So we say sometimes things that feel like could be like a splurge or something like, that's helping you. Like, remember that anything that's helping you is also helping your child. And we feel like a lot of moms, again, like feel like, oh, like I really needed to hear that, like somebody to tell me it's okay to do something nice for me as well.
It's important. I'm telling moms that all the time too, especially, I mean, on my end too. You want to work with me, but it's a little bit of an investment, but you deserve this. If you want this, do it. I think it's the same for a product like yours. It's a small investment, but if this is what's going to help you feel better and hit your goals, aren't you worth it? I'm really glad that they brought that up because I think you're right. Moms need to hear that you are and do what you need to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Very cool. Anything else you'd like to share with me and our listeners just about what you do, advice for pumping moms, any kind of final thoughts there?
Yeah, I guess, there's one thing that comes to mind. And again, this is something that one of our amazing customers told us is that, even when like things get like difficult or challenging with breastfeeding and breast pumping, again, knowing that there's multiple options is great. But the other thing is like that the work that you put in today, even if it doesn't feel like it, right? Like you will see the results like tomorrow, or maybe even like in 3 to 5 days from now. So like, don't despair, and I think, I think give yourself a bit of grace. I think it's because again, we talk to so many moms and I think that's something that is both our motor, but still very much, like something that I think needs to be like talked about. It's like right? Like, you don't need to like put so much pressure on yourself. And then in terms of other things, I think I would, as a founder in this space that for many decades, I would say like didn't get attention. I would say for moms out there, look for those startups and don't be afraid to both like ask for what you need, give us feedback, ask us questions, and if you can, take a leap of faith. Like, we're here innovating because we really think, again, that there's so much work that needs to be done, but we can only do it, right, if moms are talking to us, giving us feedback, engage with conversations with like small businesses, women-led, minority-owned. It goes a long way. So again, we can only innovate if we're getting the support of moms, and that support comes in, like 100 ways. Give us an Instagram follow, give us a Facebook like, tell your mom friends about us. So I guess that would be my other thing to ask and share.
I think that kind of goes into part of the like making pumping a joyful experience. Like, it can be really fun to try new products and to give feedback. I mean, you have an impressive bio as from MIT and all of this crazy stuff in product design. I don't have that, right? So I loved when I meet people like you that have the tech skills to create something new. And so, yeah, as a mom, if you want to be part of like advancing pumping technology and being part of this space, and you have, the funds and the time and the brain space to explore, like maybe even just try something new, support a small business like this and give it a try, give them feedback. I've loved talking with you. I love how open that you are for feedback and for growth and for change. And I think that's a really great thing that we can bring to pumping moms. We hear you, and we're trying 100%. To give you what you need. Yeah.
It takes a village. And the only reason, like, say we're here today is because like thousands of moms have given us that feedback, that like the first moms that tried, we had these Frankenstein bras that were, wires everywhere. And like moms were driving like an hour to, try it. And I mean, for me, that amazed me. And like that, so if there's also any way that we can give back, I mean, if you're connected with like milk banks, if you're connected with like moms from underserved populations that, like somebody that, that may really, really need a massage bra, but may not be able to afford it, like reach out to us. Like we've had that happen before, that people that share their stories, and you know what, like we have like demo bras, we have things like that. We're connected with so many other startup founders in the space. We're connected with this amazing parent tech community that they're always taking beta testers for all of these amazing products, apps, services. So again, know that I think sometimes people see these brands and they only see like, like the social media, or like they forget that there's real people behind these.
Yeah.
And we're here to help. So
very cool. If you have any links to how, lactating moms can participate in any studies or things like that, I would love to share those in the show notes. Cause I think a lot of moms do want to help and support, and they're like, I'm lactating. I'd be interested in being part of a study, whether yours or someone else's, so if you have any connections there, maybe we can throw those down in the show notes.
I love that. Yeah. We're currently not recruiting, but we will be actually in the either in the fall or winter, opening up one more of the pilot studies. So I would love to share that with your audience. And also let us know how we can be helpful.
Very cool. Thank you so much, Adriana, for taking the time to chat with me today. I feel like this was a really positive conversation and I learned a lot. So thank you for sharing all of this with us.
Well, thanks again for having me.
You bet. Thank you. You can find all the links to the stuff we talked about down in the show notes today, and everything else that New Little Life is offering is over on our website, which is newlittlelife.com. Don't forget to leave a review on whatever platform you're listening on, and we'll see you next time. Bye, Adriana.
Bye.